What is up, RetroManiacs? Welcome to the Retro Card Chat Podcast. My name is Mike, and I'm from Mike's Retro Trading Cards. And I learned an interesting fact this week. You might be wondering, where does the poop go from the International Space Station, right? Like, the astronauts are pooping. Where's the poop go? Does anybody know? You guys know? Let me tell you, it's actually collected and sent back to Earth. And then when it gets into Earth's like atmosphere or whatever that's called, I'm not a scientist, it burns up, supposedly. So they take all the astronauts' poop, shoot it back, and have it burn up on top of it. If only we could find a way to do that with Fanatics BS, we would be set. Right? You like that one? I learned. This is a true fact. And also, if apparently the toilet like sucks the poop down, and if they don't do it right, it can get loose and they have to go and chase it floating poop in the space station. Yeah. So there you go. That's the podcast for this week. No,
it's like
Joe Day and EPR pal. How you doing, boys?
It's like sharing the screen with Neil deGrasse Tyson over here. I'll tell you.
Right? I kind of felt like him when I was.
Is there special training? Is there special training to catch the poop? Like, do they say, "Listen, this is going to happen, so we need to train you guys"?
There is special training on how to use the toilet. Yes.
Okay.
As the documentary Armageddon taught us, DP. It's easier to train drillers how to be astronauts than astronauts to be drillers. So what we do, our astronauts are actually plumbers. I don't know if you knew that. And we train plumbers to be astronauts, and that's how they do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Armageddon, fantastic movie. It's amazing. But I was thinking more of The Martian because with
poop potatoes.
Poop potatoes, yeah. Which that wouldn't work because the ground on Mars is not, we can't use that to grow anything. No, I mean the scientifically that's not, you can't grow anything in the actual Earth.
In the Earth?
No, but it wouldn't be Earth. It wouldn't be Earth. Yeah,
in the Earth Mars.
In the Mars dirt, you can't actually grow anything.
Dirt.
Yeah,
the
Mars
soil
dirt.
Okay.
Mars.
That was Star Talk. We'll be back. How's it going, boys?
Ironically, the person who got us the most off the rails just now was Mike. I just let the record show.
It was him.
Yeah. No.
I was here
on the rails guy got us off
and entertain our viewers, and then EP starts talking about Earth on Mars. Like, come on.
I don't know. Anyway,
I saved you from telling you that the South Magnetic Pole is the North Pole. So I don't want to blow your minds with that one.
So back to cards.
It's almost like talking about college football every week.
I think at least they make college football cards. EP hates them, but at least they make them. Anyway, back to cards. So fingers crossed, because Rittenhouse does this thing where they don't send me tracking until like the day before release day. We will be doing our Game of Thrones break on Wednesday, December 10th or Thursday, December 11th. We will put something out into the world and let everyone know when that is. Mike, you can probably do one of those.
That's like 2 or 3 days, right?
Yeah, that's like 2 or 3 days from now. So it's super close. You don't have to, but you bought into it, so you might want to watch to see if you pull something. So we have 3 spots available, but I have 3 people who have said, if you need me, 2 of you are on this channel, if you need me to pick up a second spot, or in EP's case, a 3rd spot, we could do it. Our friend Brent also said he would pick one up. So the entire case will be broken that night. So don't worry about that. For those of you who are in the break, what's the break get you? So you're going to get the full hand collated base set. You're going to get a complete base set. I'm going to have to do a little Robin Peter to pay Paul. I think I had to for Cheers. So that was tight, but you're going to get all your inserts. You're going to get all the relics. You're going to get all the special hits. You're going to get all the autographs, all that stuff. And then shipping's included. So I'm not a professional breaker. I may look like one, but I'm not a professional breaker, so be prepared. I may screw up.
You don't.
My fingernails are nice and clean, so I probably don't. So that's going on this week. again, fingers crossed. But every time I get nervous about Rittenhouse not sending me the UPS information, they then send me the UPS information, and they're right in Philadelphia, so it gets here like the next day. I've never had an issue with it, so I'm not super concerned. But I'm concerned until I'm not concerned, as you guys know about me. And then I do want to shout out, and I'm going to shout him out during the live stream as well. Junior's Cards and Toys, or Junior's Toys and Cards on eBay. I'll have the information up there, but they're the ones who are hooking us up with the very, very much at cost case of Game of Thrones, and they're giving a bunch of giveaways for people who bought into the break. So shout out to them. And I'm going to tell this a really kind of funny, weird story in more detail in the break about Junior's, but he's like an older guy. He's like in his 70s. The guy who owns it, his son is Junior, and it's actually, I think, his brick and mortar store down in Texas. But he's pushing himself to list, I think it's like 1,500 items on eBay that all end on Christmas. Like for some reason, that's his goal. So he's going to list all these items, and he's going to, have them set to start, and then they're going to end on Christmas, from like $3 cards to like $3,000 cards, like non-sports stuff. That's fun. So if you're a big non-sports guy, we'll get Junior's information out on Wednesday. I'll hold up the piece of paper, our ghetto way of doing it. But yeah, definitely check his stuff out. Really, really cool. If you like Rittenhouse and non-sports stuff, it's almost like going to ComC, but obviously quite a bit smaller. But I could get lost, like going through the 100 pages worth of listings and be like, oh my God, I want that. I want that. I don't even like that set, but I want that, and it's just such cool stuff. So, but big shout out to them for always, this is the second time for the channel, and I know they'll be doing this in perpetuity, hooking us up with a case at cost, so I can give it to you guys pretty much at cost. So shout out to them. That's all I have, unless you want to talk college football and the travesty that is Notre Dame probably getting into the college football playoff ahead of Miami. I don't know. We don't know, because I fell asleep during the selection show last night. So don't tell me last night, Sunday. So don't tell me what happened. Yeah. But yeah. I'm sure it'll be a travesty.
I have it on the VCR.
Is it on the VCR?
1,500 cars is a lot to list, man. Like, that's going to be a crazy day for him. Like, when all those end, like, it's just going to be awesome. The number of emails you're going to get for items that sold or didn't sell, it's just going to be insane. Like, it's going to break.
Or every time someone bids on something and the price changes, you get that notification. Could you imagine? Your phone would just be destroyed.
Right. All right. Well, boys, football season is officially over, so I'm going to have a little bit of an extra drink here. Football season's over. Southern Columbia won their 15th state title.
Who cares?
So high school football season.
Does that mean extra innings with EP is going to be back on Saturday, right?
It's what it should be. It's what it should mean. Absolutely.
It's what it should mean is the best line ever.
It won't be.
I would love to join you for a drink, EP, but I have shit to ship today, so I can't. Do
gotcha.
That. But
yeah. Did you guys see that they are selling Warner Brothers is selling 3 of the Batmobiles from the Christopher Nolan trilogy? So 3 of the Tumbler Batmobiles for $3 million each, I believe they are.
Joe Burrow's buying one, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
I think he bought it, didn't he? I think he already bought it.
I think he did, or he was like in the it wasn't officially for sale yet, but he was like claiming one. It's like a stack sale, Mike. I think he hit take one of his Batmobiles.
So I'm going to ramp up my OnlyFans stuff in the next couple of weeks to see if I can get one of those. So
yeah, that's true. You did pay for this week as well. Don't forget EP's. Let me just get that right there. You just put that. Okay.
Just gotta get that. Just gotta get it ramped up. Gotta get that those millions to get one of those.
The new content is gonna be crazy. Actually, a football thing for EP. EP, this is your favorite time of year for fantasy football too.
Because I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Past the trade deadline. You don't have to deal with people trying to help you win championships by trading you good players.
And I have so many bad teams that I'm at the point where I only have to pay attention to like 3 or 4 teams this year. So it's great. I love it.
So you have plenty of time to record videos for your series Overtime with Eugene Ponderosa.
Yeah.
Correct. I have plenty of time.
Again, will he do it?
No,
Probably
not
not.
a chance.
We did, Mike, though.
That's why Joe and I have had to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
If you may have noticed, we've been dropping some extra content this week. We had another box break from Joe Day over there. We had a brand new video that just dropped yesterday on a Sunday morning called, I don't even remember what we called it, Collecting Outside the Box, I believe we called it.
That is what we called it.
Which it's not going to be a weekly series, but we're each planning on doing some videos. So that means Joe and I, just some videos about how we do the hobby a little bit differently. Some things we do that are maybe outside the norm, other than, oh, here's a brand new hobby box of baseball. Let me rip it and then try to grade it and then try to sell it. We do some things differently, and we thought we'd do some videos showcasing that. And Saturday, I dropped a video. I ripped my Looney Tunes box. I'm looking over there because the empty boxes are over there. I'm talking about them. So, but the funniest thing happened. I pulled a 1-of-1 of Lola Bunny. Look at that right there on the back on video. Our first 1-of-1 pulled on a video on the channel. I was almost giddy about it. It was so funny. Like, it just made me so happy. I was enjoying that rip, having a good time, because it's nostalgia on so many fronts. Looney Tunes, for people of a certain age, like, these characters are iconic. We remember them. I grew up watching them all the time. And then the inserts and everything. Fleer Retro has EX inserts. They have Z-Force. They have Fleer Ultra, they have Jumbo, they have all kinds of really cool stuff. So it was so much fun to begin with. And then I pulled this dang card and I'm like, oh, that's like different, like really cool. That's got to be a numbered one. It was 1-of-1. So it was a great time. That video dropped on Saturday. If you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch it. If for no other reason than to see a grown man be happy about pulling a female bunny.
Shaking?
I was not literally shaking, but I mean, it was so cool. I'm still happy about it. It was so neat. I was happy that I pulled it on video. That just made it all that much better. So
is
that EP's thing? Anyway,
are there other Z-Forces in it? Are there other Z-Forces other than just the 1-of-1? I haven't watched the video yet. Are there other Z-Forces?
There are different numbered levels of those and base ones. I got
that's cool.
Maybe 8 or 10 of the regular ones out of it. So
that's cool.
Got some cool stuff. And next pack too, I got another Lola Bunny. I got the essential credentials, I believe this is. Look at that, number 1 out of 25.
Wow.
So, I had a Lola Bunny hot box.
I believe, again, I think that is mostly on this channel.
That should be on. Okay,
yeah, that's for that.
Doesn't seem right.
No furries on that channel.
Together.
I'll tell you what, though, Upper Deck, man, there is no company that does nostalgia better than Upper Deck. Period. Full stop. Yeah. I mean, like, we begged Panini to do more Pacific stuff, more Pinnacle stuff. They didn't. They jammed it into a boxes. Here's a couple of low end inserts, whatever. And we begged Topps to do it. Topps doesn't want to seem to do it because Fanatics is like, no, that won't make us as much money as we want to squeeze out of the hobby. Upper Deck's it. They do their nostalgia stuff so well. Open up like that Batman metal. I'm sure opening up Fleer Ultra Superman when that comes out. So I'm always excited to open up Upper Deck. It's a fun time.
Yeah, their stuff is just good, right? I mean,
I have my Live Golf case. I opened that up and have that on video too, so I'll probably drop that sometime this week. That was kind of fun too.
Did you do the whole case as one?
I did, yeah. I mean, it's 3 boxes with 8 cards per pack. So, it wasn't very long, but yeah, it was a fun time. So Joe and I are working on getting some extra content for you.
Working OT.
I did break the Stadium Club Chrome box, and I recorded it. It's just the uploading the video is the part for me that it takes too much time. So that's the
uploading can be an issue because trying to get in onto the drive and stuff like that. The video I did for the collecting outside the box, it was easy because I could do this. But I'll tell you what, holy crap, boys! It took me like 2 hours to record a 15-minute video because I get halfway through and then I would pull an EP and go, and then at one point I sent you guys a video of me starting the intro and I just belch randomly, and it's just it's always entertaining. By the way, breaking news for the Game of Thrones break, I will have my new iPhone. I am so happy. So I haven't bought a new phone since 2018. I've had the same phone. I have an iPhone X. So I bought a new phone. It's on its way here. I can expense that to the channel, right, Mike? Since I'm using
absolutely.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll look into that. I'll look into it.
Yeah. But so the battery won't die halfway through. Once I saw it was 20 boxes in that case of Game of Thrones, I'm like, damn it. I don't think my phone's going to make it. Barely made it through 12 boxes of Cheers. I don't think it's going to make it through 20. So, yeah, breaking news. Joe Day got a phone for the first time in almost a decade.
Nice. I love it. The batteries on the new ones last so much longer, too. So,
and I got a terabyte. I got a terabyte because of all because I don't know if you guys are the same way, but until a video hits the channel, like a 20-minute box break, until it hits the channel, I don't feel comfortable deleting it from my phone, even if it's on the drive or whatever. A little behind the curtains talk here for all the viewers, but so my phone has 20-minute videos of like a rip or any sort of like reveal or anything like that. Until it hits the channel, I don't feel comfortable getting rid of it. So
I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive, and I have every single video in raw and final form saved on that drive. So
that's going to be worth some money someday.
Yeah.
What do I need that for? But yeah, they're all up on YouTube, but just in case I need to go back and do something. So.
I mean, at some point you probably wanted to go back and do like a clips video, like that. Probably your thoughts in your head, but the actual time, taking the time to do that would take forever, right? But the thought is, it'd be really cool someday to go back through and do some clips of Joe saying this thing about fanatics or whatever throughout the entire length of our recording would be awesome.
But then you'd have a half-hour video and you'd have to label it Joe Day was right about everything, and then it would be off the rails. What are you gonna do?
An explicit tag, like put explicit in the title, probably, just because the number of cuss words probably would be many.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to edit those all out. All right, let's get into it because we have some interesting things to talk about this week. I know some other content creators have done their stories on this. I was watching this unfold in real time too, and taking screenshots so we would have this to talk about. But there's some question going on about PSA changing grades from 9s to 10s.
Hold on a second, Mike. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to wear this for the whole thing,
You're
right?
going to, yes.
Okay, well, I'm just going to...
I'm not really sure you're going to need that, Joe, but so this had to do with a Pokemon card. There was a Twitter user named Preston who was at PZPTCG, and he had originally posted, and I saw this original post because your first instinct was how many people are going to tell him to stop whining. But his original post, he had graded 30 Pokemon cards with the same card, and all of them received PSA 9s, which I do agree. That's a little odd that if you send in 30 of the same card, every single one of them got 9s. So he posted this. I actually read the comments. There were very few quit whining. Oh, you're dumb. They did get some, you're dumb for sending that many of the same card in, but
fair.
It's fair. Yeah. But that was only the first part. Apparently, then he updated it and said that he received offers on cards from PSA because he had them in there and he received the automatic offers on there, and he accepted some of them for PSA 9s and he got the money. But then when he looked at the cards that he had that were 9s, the same certification numbers were now 10s. Okay, that's not good, right? We're not good.
Depends on who you ask, but yeah, sure.
So then apparently he reached out to PSA saying, why in the world were my 9s that I sold to you now 10s? And the next update that he made after that, he said that PSA contacted him and confirmed that it was a one-off situation. but that they had seen his tweet about the 9s and wondering why they were all. So they manually reviewed them without him even asking. They manually reviewed them and they changed some of the grades from 9 to 10. They found that some of the grading was done in error and that some of those were actually 10s. The sales of the 10s were reversed and they were put back into his vault. He then went on to clarify that what I just said there, that PSA, he said the story, it looks shady, but it's not, guys. That somebody at PSA saw his post and decided to manually review the order. And that's why they were now 10s. And he had accepted the offer for 9s while they were being manually reviewed and became 10s after. So it wasn't that they intentionally changed the grade of the card. They were just, as PSA often does when you complain about your grades on Twitter, they just automatically go back on their own and review the grades and go, oh, yeah, this random guy complaining about us on Twitter is right. These weren't 9s. There were a bunch here that were 10s. So that's where the story stands. We either have a situation where this is completely all true, or we have a situation where if you complain about your cards, which I love all the people that are now doing this on Twitter, like kind of being funny about it, like trying to get their cards manually reviewed, maybe PSA, out of the kindness of their heart, are going to go, you know what? That guy got a lot of 9s and he's not happy with it. Maybe we better check. We're not grading enough cards already. We better go back and double check his Pokemon cards here. Or maybe PSA has a place where they're selling cards that they're grading and they're worth more in a certain grade. And maybe they're buying cards at one grade and changing them after. I'm not saying that's what's happening.
How dare you,
I'm just giving you the only potential reasons for any of this that I can think of. Not good. This is not good.
Joking aside, I'd like to know, Preston was his name?
Yes.
Hi, Preston, if you're watching, how much did they pay you to then tweet that nothing shady was happening here, buddy?
I don't think they paid him, but I think that was clear. Like really, just my own opinion was that came off as them almost like an NDA saying you need to go out and publicly let them know that, this was just a one-off situation. There was a mistake made. We did. Yeah.
Dude won't be paying for grading for the rest of his life. That's my call. First off, let's get to the manual grading. First off, whoever graded these all 9s and it was apparently a screw up.
Let's start there. Yeah.
Let's start there. So congratulations to those graders. You are now being transferred to eBay authentication. Enjoy your time. You clearly must have killed the suspect. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have to take your gun and your badge. And we're going to have to move you over to the eBay authentication where you can tell people, you can tell people that the damage that they are saying is there is now good enough to kick back, or your cards are randomly trimmed even though we already authenticated them. We'll get you over there. Let's do that. So that's pretty bad. And when they manually decided to change grades out of 30 of the same card, did they just like flip a coin or put a randomizer out and decide which ones are now 9s to 10s? Like when they manually regraded them without having the cards in their hand to determine which ones should have been 10s. Like
maybe how they did. I mean, they could have pulled that order from his vault and looked at the cards again. They could have actually cracked them out and looked them over again.
Do we think they did?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
But they could have. They went like this. Sure. Oh, that's a 10.
Right. Yeah. Here's a third of them that should have been 10s or half of them or whatever it ended up being. And then, okay, if something wasn't said to him by PSA, people complain about their grades all the time. What happened is PSA got caught, right? Can we just agree? PSA got caught doing something.
Absolutely.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. Hold on. My phone's ringing. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, I can't explicitly say PSA did something fraudulent. Okay. All right. I won't say that. Our lawyer.
They allegedly.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. Different Paul. Anyway, they allegedly did something shady. They allegedly got caught doing it. And now they have to go back, do a make good, and then tell this guy, hey, can you tweet something out nice about us? And every Pokemon card you ever submit again will not cost you a thing. That's my guess. EP, defend PSA. You are a PSA fanboy. Defend them.
I'm not a PSA fanboy. I just understand that they can help you increase the value of your cards.
I believe that's the talking point they give out to all fanboys.
So the whole point why somebody sends in 30 of the same card is because the averages, right, you're going to get a couple 10s, probably get a couple 8s, but you probably get a couple 10s. That's why you send in 30 of the same card. I think it was what it was, right? 30.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's part of the reason why you do that. So sure, but then to have them all come back the exact same grade, there's definitely something messed up there. But the fact that they didn't. Like they didn't contact him before the manual review. They didn't take the cards down that were listed or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the part they actually did a manual review. You would contact them before you do that, right?
Yeah, I think the real lesson here is diligence. Like you have to be diligent in this hobby. How often is this happening when people aren't paying attention? They're just taking their taking their offers for their 9s and not paying attention to the certifications changing in the background. Again, all allegedly, we don't know if this is happening, but I mean, there's no way with the number of cards that they are grading, the number of people that are sending in cards, that this hasn't happened before. And this is definitely not an isolated incident, in my opinion. It's probably happened before. We just haven't heard about it before.
The best case scenario here is that everything about this is actually true, which there is a possibility of. I feel like they hired a lot of new graders. So they very well may have had a guy that might be one of their new graders, guy or girl, that got these cards and was just like, F it. I'm not. No. 30 of the same card, dude. Come on. And like just 999. And they did actually see this tweet and they're like, that was Charlie over there. Maybe we better double check. He's only been working here for 2 days. And somebody's like, oh, Charlie. All 30 of these are 9s, bro. Did you look like? So there is a real world possibility that is something. It could also be complete BS. I don't know, but at the same time, you're never going to hear anything from PSA because we never have any transparency in this hobby. You have a company here who their opinion increases values of assets for people. They are creating a shit ton of value for people out of thin air just for giving an opinion in this hobby. You can't not comment publicly and let us know why, because every time people will say you're an asshole, Mike, you don't know what you're talking about. But every little thing in general, yeah, but about this specifically, every little thing like this does chip away at the reputation of the company. And it might be 3 people, it might be 5 people, but they might go, I don't like what's going on here. And over time, even though you're this gigantic thing in the hobby, that can change.
So to the 9 point, all of those being 9s, that's not impossible either. We talk about
no, it's not impossible.
The difference between an 8 and a 9 or 9 and a 10 is this. It's so minuscule. So like the fact that all 30 cards came back 9s, maybe they did. Maybe they just were. Maybe his opinion, Charlie's opinion, was not wrong. Maybe that's just how they were. And that's what makes me think PSA allegedly, I'm alleging PSA is doing something kind of shady here. I mean, like, and to your point about them not being transparent, that will be to a point. To a point. He'll get right up to the transparency thing and then realize, oh shit, if I say anything more, I tweeted at him about the 2010 copyrighted card that came out in a set in 2013. Remember? He responded pretty quickly to it and said, what's the card? What's the situation? Blah, blah, blah. He asked me for details. I gave him the details. Crickets. Because what happened was he realized, I'm sure, they're slapping those cards wrong as well. They are. I went back and looked, and when there are cards with a different copyright than the thing, they put the copyright of the card. So there's no 2010 Heroes and Villains Star Trek set. There isn't, but according to PSA, there are, because they look at the copyright date. So again, if he's thinking of this as a, I don't want to open up a can of worms, Pandora's box type of thing, I could easily see him being like, okay, we gotta quietly do this, because we know the hobby in a week won't care. They won't care. They're not going to stop sending Pokemon cards to PSA. You know, like if I was CGC, by the way, what kind of sassy type of PR would you do around this thing? Like they absolutely should. They should say, when you send your cards to us, when we mark it a 9, it's a 9. When we mark it a 10, it's a 10. We won't change it when we want it back or something. Like, there is a marketing campaign to be had. Beckett did something with that recently with upcharges. I mean, BGS, come on. Someone do something sassy with this. But like we talked about on Wednesday's show last week, who's going to care in a month? No one. No one's going to talk about it again. We're going to be doing a Wednesday show a year from now talking about the big scandal with alleged big scandal with PSA wanting to buy back cards to put into their repacks or give to Jeff Wilson or give to whoever, GameStop or whatever the case might be, for their repack program. And hey, these cards look close enough to a 10, so we'll buy them at the 9. We'll just regrade them at a 10, and everyone will be thrilled. Except for the guy who was following along with the cert numbers, which, again, like I think you mentioned, EP, if you're selling your cards at PSA, maybe in a couple of weeks, take a look at the certs.
Yep. Diligence is a big thing. 100%. I kind of lost my train of thought. I guess.
Wait, what?
No, I did.
Train of thought. I have a question for you guys, though, because here's my problem with it. Say everything is the truth that was said here in the tweets. Everything in the situation is laid out. It was Charlie's fault. Why were these cards then sold from the vault as PSA 10s? Like, that says to me that if all of this is actually what it is, they manually reviewed them, already accepted an offer for a 9, but put them back into the stuff they sell and sold them as a 10. If they're manually reviewing, knowing this, how does that happen? That's what I want to know.
Because they manually reviewed them for themselves, right? Is that what they did?
But I'm saying, if everything, take this at face value, everything is the truth in this story. There is no reason that PSA should have been selling that card as a PSA 10, because they just found out, oh, this Charlie screwed up and this guy's 9 as a 10, and we gave him an offer for a 9. Oh, well, let's just sell it as a 10. Like, we paid him, $20 for this card, so let's sell it for $100. That part is the problem. This is what I don't care whether it's what the conspiracy theory is, what happened, if it was this, if it was that. If all of this is the truth, they still do not have a reason. They should have been selling these cards after they reviewed them, after they knew that something happened with Charlie the Greater. Oh, and after they already made an offer as a 9, how the hell do you sell these as a 10?
It's the Alchem razors thing, right? Like, I don't, like, that's why I can't wrap my head around, well, everything they are saying is factual. I can't wrap my head around that, because that doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, that's why I cannot believe, I can't explain that to you, Mike, because it's unexplainable.
Well,
right?
there one situation would explain it, and I'm not saying this is what happened, but if they were changing the grades after the fact and selling it, they would have already done that and sold the card. I'm not saying that's what they did, but that explanation that they intentionally changed the grade after they graded it before they sold it would be one way that would be explained. It's kind of the only way it would be explained.
And the other thing too is the Preston guy coming out so full-throatedly defending PSA. I'm sorry, if PSA would have done this to me,
oh god,
like honestly though, like, or any person who wasn't talking to PSA allegedly, again, I'm alleging, anyone who wasn't like working something out, they're going to lose their mind about this no matter what excuse PSA gives them, right? Any normal person with no potential behind closed doors interaction with this company would probably, he must be the, if he has no interaction, he must be the nicest, most forgiving person in the world. We found our unicorn in the hobby, people.
I am pretty sure, though, that I've seen before that people have been asked to sign NDAs about issues that they had that PSA has corrected, that they've signed NDAs to not. Could be wrong. I'm alleging this, but I'm almost positive I have seen that before, that people who have had issues with cards, when PSA corrects them, they have them sign an NDA to not talk about it. So, like, I'm not saying this is what happened, but I mean, clearly reading his defense of PSA, either he didn't want to screw up any chance of getting grades, which I have cards there, so I'm screwed. But yeah, yeah, my cards are all coming back fives, but neither here nor there. But yeah, like it clearly felt that, yeah, he was told to make this better, let people know that they took care of it and everything's rosy.
Yeah. So PSA got the, or he got the rare PSA what's NDA plus, right? The rare PSA NDA plus that you don't get very often. So but the thing that I forgot about that I remembered in the talking
NDA 0.5, I think is what you're thinking about, EP.
Yes, NDA plus 0.5 plus, yeah. So Joe, I hope that Nat, after your conversation with him, that they went back and said, so you guys aren't actually looking at the checklists when you're creating these cards? Like what are you guys even doing? Like how's that not part of the conversation?
But to that point, real quick, EP, the toothpaste is out of the tube, right? So as soon as you see something like that, you're like, oh shit, I'm not gonna bring it up again, because how many cards would they have to recall? Because that's a Rittenhouse thing, man. I mean, specifically to Rittenhouse, but I know other companies release cards well after the copyright of the cards. I mean, that's just a thing. So I think that just talks about PSA in general. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can't put the tooth when they change the grading standards. They're trying to put this toothpaste back in the tube, and you just can't do it.
And then I don't know what the time frame was for this whole thing, that how this all came about, but like it seems like the turnaround time for reslabbing these cards was like lightning fast, considering how many cards they're grading and stuff. Like that was lightning fast to get those 10s back out there, so they get them sold right away, right? It seems like it definitely feels like there's something a little gross in this.
The turnaround on this was a day, 2 days, maybe, because it all happened in a very short period of time. Like I said, it was maybe midweek that I saw the original post from this person, because he had a video of his like virtual reveal and just showing 9 after 9 after 9.
We talked about how one of the things that could actually collapse the hobby are these fake comps. We've been talking about that with the P. Ryan story, and then with Snipe and all this stuff. This has to be a close second, right? I mean, you're creating value out of completely thin air, right? There, you look at a card and it could have the most dinged up corner in the world, but if Charlie is sitting there and is just feeling good that day and gives it a 10, well, now that dinged up card that should probably be worth $3 is worth, $500 or whatever. And you keep doing that and doing that. At what point can you trust comps? At what point can you trust grades? I mean, it's why I got out of sports cards. It's why I got out of grading. It's hard to trust anything that these big companies do. They're consolidating their power. They're doing whatever they want. And what are you going to do? Are you going to stop grading? Are you going to stop buying sports cards? Are you stop buying wax? Come on now. You're not going to.
I mean, I wonder if there's a provable scam involving PSA. Like if something were to happen and there would be a provable like scam, like that would be the thing that might actually bring down the hobby, right? It might actually like if there was something that would force people to stop using PSA,
well,
that would be a massive.
What would that?
I mean, it would have to be massive, right? It would have to be ridiculous, like wild, and
the first card they ever graded was a trimmed Honus Wagner card, and that's the company's start. And now I don't think any scam would matter, EP, because again,
too many people have too much money to lose.
People have so much money. We've talked about this before with the comp thing, and it's kind of the same.
Yeah. The hobby would be a house of cards, and you take one thing out, and lots of people. There are a lot of. I'm not talking about us. It's not talking about people that are watching our videos. I'm not talking about people I interact with on social media that like to collect cards and are happy to have collections. Our hobby is a lot of money that has come into it because it's an unregulated area. If you have money you want to invest in stocks, you have to do things the right way. If you have money you want to invest in other things, it's like that too. But the hobby, like you can throw money in here, manipulate stuff. You can have, maybe a grader that you're familiar with give you better grade to increase value on something. There's so many ways that people that have money can continue to make money, and they're not going to lose that. So it would take something huge unless the hobby is somehow regulated at some point, which I'm sure the people with the money are going to keep fighting against. But I don't know. That is the only thing that can change that part of the hobby. Like if you just step back from where we are and just look at it, there are so many ways for people that have money to manipulate comps, manipulate grades, manipulate all kinds of things to make their investment go up way more than it would normally otherwise go. And maybe create your own index to say what the price of the $12.9 million card. Oh, now it's worth $20 million. It's just ridiculous, but too easy for people that have the money. And nothing any of us ever say is going to change that.
That was going to be my question. I'd love to hear from the viewers on this one. What would it take? I can't wrap my head around what it would take for people to stop grading cards. I can't. It would take
regulation first.
That's
regulation
the only
first
thing. So taking that out of it, what scandal could happen within the grading community if something like that? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Sports Card Radio investigates. Charlie decides to go on Sports Card Radio, tell the full story, right? And he says, yeah, they've done this. They take these 9s, they turn them into 10, they sell them. What would happen? Would it matter? Would it matter?
They'd get a lot of views. We'd have stuff to talk about for a week or two, and then it would be on to the next thing. Yep. Regulation is the only thing that could hurt the hobby, because there is a lot of shady stuff going on, maybe even at the big companies, that if things are regulated and transparency came into play and people go, oh my God, they've been doing that.
It's almost like you want to be able to sit down with whatever would oversee this, like the SEC equivalent, right? Whoever would oversee the hobby and regulation. And you want to sit down with them and say, all right, do you see this $5 card here? Here's the same exact card. It's in this plastic case and it has a number on it. It says 10. Now that $5 card is worth $5,000. That's the only way you're going to break it in, get it into their heads that, again, someone with an opinion, grading is not objective. Someone with a subjective opinion is looking at that card and giving it that number. They are making money out of nothing. Mm-hmm. They are making a lot of people a lot of money out of nothing. And then when you take that $5 card, turn it into a $5,000 card, PSA gets a little bite of that apple because they're upcharging you and they're doing all those things. So yeah, regulation is the only way that's going to actually fix this. No one in the upper echelon of the hobby wants that to happen. And I'm sure there are a segment of collectors who hear the word regulation, they freak out. It's probably safer. It probably would be to protect you a little bit, protect all of us a little bit. But people don't love the government involved in their stuff. But again, when you can take a $5 card and turn it into a $5,000 card just because it's in a piece of plastic with a number on it, that someone needs to look into that.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. Like the regulation is part of it, but if PSA would come out and say, we're firing all of our graders, we're going to use AI grading. And so there's no more of that. It could be a 9, could be a 10. If the computer, that'll never happen.
That could be the scandal. That would be the scandal that drops PSA.
Right, right. And the thing is, though, if you think about how random it can be, and we've seen cards that should not be 10s turned into 10s. What was it? The Andre the Giant was way off center. Hulk Hogan was way off center and should not have been a 10. Like, so if regulation comes in and says, hey, listen, you guys can't have these wild differences in your grading. Like, if that ends up being part of the regulation, the PSA grading, and they end up like having to go all AI or something like that, that would definitely bring down PSA. Like but people would not want to send their cards in there anymore.
All right. Well, we could probably do the whole podcast on this stuff, but let's move it on a little bit because we need to talk about Topps Chrome Basketball. So Topps Chrome Basketball, first day issue, first ever Dutch auction from Fanatics or Topps or whatever you want to call it, started at $3,500 a box. Now, keep in mind, you get 2 extra low numbered parallels per box.
Whoa.
It sold out at $1,750 a box. For 2 extra parallels, $1,750. I thought the $700 a box for the regular jumbos were a lot. This is over $1,000.
The only difference is the 2 low numbered cards. That's the only difference.
That's the difference. Yes. So.
Talk about creating value out of air, right? Out of thin air.
Yeah. Crazy. I don't even know where to go with. I'm not surprised, but at the same time, it's just people
Should we let EP defend it
insane.
Yet, or how do we want to do this? EP, you want to defend it, and then
I'm not going to defend it in any way. Like, how is this not? Why is it not like something special about every card in that set? Why not doesn't have some sort of like stamp or something on it just to make it special? If it's this new thing, the only difference is 2 numbered parallels is the only difference between these cards, and it's $1,000 more.
They're low numbered. I think you get one numbered out of 8 and one out of 13 or something like that.
Sure. But I mean, you're going to get like Bradley Beal, right?
Yeah. It's the same thing that Panini had been doing with their first off the line for years. It's literally just low number, a couple extra low numbered cards, maybe a special autograph parallel, something like that. I always thought there's more. I always thought there's more in those. No, first off the line has like a couple of different colored parallels. That's pretty much it. That's how it's been. But what it hasn't been is $1,750 a box. Last year, I think it was Run Good Life. I watched one of his videos opening up last year's Prism first off the line, and it was like $750. He said. Now again, correct me if in the comments if you have some different information. But from what I gathered, it was like $1,000 less. There's about $1,000 less. Now, you could talk about draft classes, the autographs, all those things. I don't know if that makes up $1,000. Not everyone's going to get a Cooper Flag low numbered card or a Cooper Flag autograph, right? So
they might.
Yeah, they might. Maybe it's like the Downtowns that one year with Panini, and there's just one per box. Who knows? But I really doubt that. I mean, I love using this line. I think I've said it every week in the last 3 or 4 weeks. In the words of Jerry Orbach in Dirty Dancing, when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong, and I've been wrong. I didn't think it would get this high. I am shocked when I've been complaining and trying to beat it into our friend EP's head about how they're going to give you ridiculous prices and they're going to jack them up and it's going to be worse than anything we've ever seen from Panini. And I keep yelling at him about it. And he finally acquiesces, right? He finally admits that, yes, they are raising prices. I never thought it'd be this bad. I never in a million years thought of first off the line. First off, I didn't think they'd be doing Dutch auctions either. thanks Panini, right? That's a legitimate thanks Panini thing. Again, they stole Panini employees. I think it was the ones who know how to work out Dutch auctions. But like, and first off the line staff, right? That's all they cared about. Who are the ones that can make us the most money for no reason? Okay, you're with us. Like, but I never thought $1,750 a box. And if you think it's going to be cheaper when they have football, wow. I love and Ed is jumping into our Game of Thrones break this week. I love Ed from Silver Sports, but he complains about Panini, and it's like the grass is always greener thing. It ain't. $1,750 a box. What do you think Topps Chrome football is going to be? Ain't going to be less.
So the two parallels that you get. One of them's a guaranteed Cooper flag. Like, one's a guaranteed Cooper flag. Is that
I'm pretty sure it's not. No.
Okay. All right.
It could be Moses Malone. It could be Moses Malone for all we know. I don't know what the checklist looks like, but
even if one of them was a guaranteed Cooper flag of some variation, even if that was the case, it's still not worth $1,000 more. Like that just blows my mind. I'm sorry.
Well, here's an interesting little thing, though. I looked on eBay, right? This is odd to me. Maybe I'm just wrong, but this is odd. This went on sale, what was it, Thursday, I believe. So people know if they're getting the product or not. I looked on eBay. There's only been one sold, which sold for $3,200. So it's a little higher than the $1,750, but there are only 8 sellers selling a total of 37 boxes of this on eBay.
Oh, I know why.
Checks out. Yeah.
Because Breakers get all the product. Clearly, Breakers bought all the product. Isn't that amazing, though? I think they're supposed to make like somewhere around 3,000 boxes of this. So 37, like 15% of the overall print run is on eBay for presale. That, I don't know, seems low. Not 1%. I'm sorry. Bad math there.
It's funny that, though, at no point did any of us think, well, maybe people are keeping them to open them. Like, no, that wasn't even in our thinking, because of course they're not. Yeah, the Breakers, and I don't know if they capped the amount you could get in the Dutch auction. Probably
you could
not.
Get 32, I believe, but then I think they bumped it up to 64 or something like that during the auction. Yeah.
So there you go. Breakers getting 64 of these. They will be in absolutely every single break. They'll be in mixers. They'll be in like a six box break, and the Breakers will make their money. Fanatics made their money. Mm-hmm. The price on eBay makes me nervous at $3,200 price, because some Fanatics has an intern watching eBay sales, right? And they're going to go back and say, whoa, secondary market got $3,200 for this. Let's just sell it for $3,200 next time. What are we doing? Like the floor $3,200 next time, where the ceiling is going to be like $5,000. Because if they started the ceiling at $5,000 and put the floor at say $2,000, they would have sold out at $2,000, right? If they would have put the ceiling at 10 and put the floor at 3, they would have sold out at 3. They would have, and they know this. They're not stupid. This was their test case. And next year it's going to be even worse, and the year after that it's going to be even worse. And it's like outpacing the cost of inflation at this point. How much more they're charging for their products? Crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joe, I feel like they could probably double the start price, and they would probably make a lot more money off of it than they did this year. And that's just insane.
Did you text Ruben to do that? Come on.
What's that? No, I mean, I used a bunch of bots and I got 100 boxes. I thought there was more in it. I got 100 boxes of this. I got it sitting back here. I thought there'd be more in it than.
Are you breaking them? Are you breaking them at cost like I do with Rittenhouse products?
No, I'm going to sell them now. Sell them as is now. I mean, gosh, I thought there'd just be more in there. I was all excited to open it up.
Someone, I forget who it was, asked if I was going to do an at cost break of this product. And I said, whoa, my connections with Rittenhouse. Actually, Mike, you said it before I did. My connection is Rittenhouse. You have to talk to EP for a Fanatics hookup.
All right. Well, somebody has a Panini hookup. Let me share this on screen for you here. Can you guys see that there?
Mm-hmm.
We have the Collectibles Guru on Twitter posted this, that Apparently a consignor of heritage auctions found a whole bunch of Travis Kelce autographs and stuff from 2016 National Treasures in an abandoned storage unit that they bought out. Interesting take there, right? A lot of cards. Let me see if I think there was this picture here too. Some look at that. There's some amazing stuff in there. That's all of them that they got. Wow. So it is a lot of stuff. Sounds like a complete BS story until, let me see if I can share the right thing on the screen here. This person replied to that, showing that they were the person that bought the storage container for apparently $210. And what he said was he spoke to Kelce's manager, who said that Kelce had an employee at the time who put the stuff in storage for him when he moved from his condo to his first house in 2019. The employee was then fired or quit at some point. The employee had the storage area in his name, and then he decided to stop paying for it. So that is apparently what happened. And there were cleats in the one picture there that Kelce wore, and there were suits that were custom made for Kelce. One of them, I believe, is up for auction on Heritage now, but on the inside of it, it has 87 and custom made suit that they photo matched with Kelce wearing it in the right time period. So plot twist, even though everything about this smelled like BS, apparently it's a legitimate story. And all of those National Treasure cards, I'm guessing people didn't get redemptions of Travis Kelce in 2016 because he never finished doing them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Did he buy them himself? Maybe. I mean, that seems like a lot for him to buy. Like even if he was trying to do it, like to be able to just even be.
No, they were the cards EP that Panini sent to him to sign to send back, that he clearly never sent them back to him.
Remember, he started to sign it looks like. Right?
Remember the one person we found a bunch of these in a garbage, the garbage behind somebody's house or something at one time. So apparently not everybody. This is why Panini doesn't always send out the redemptions, because they don't get them back.
Yeah, and it's anyone who got a Travis Kelce redemption is looking at this going, whoa, wait a minute. Where can I get those? We were kind of having fun with this story. Well, we were texting, about, does he with Taylor Swift? I mean, how can he not afford his storage unit? But it makes a lot more sense now that if he give them to an employee and they put him in there. And for some reason in my mind, I thought Kelce was a 2017 rookie. That was Mahomes. He was 2013. So I don't think these were rookie cards. So that's at least a positive. But yeah, like the person who bought this storage unit for whatever they bought it for, pretty good return on investment, as it were. And I'm glad that, because the person that found the unsigned redemptions, I believe, in the garbage, there's been a couple of things like this, I think, that we've talked about in the past. Mm-hmm. Always involves football players, I think, as well. I don't know if you've noticed that, but we've seen a couple of these things in the past where players have jokingly signed the wrong card. Like, didn't Derek Carr sign a Justin Herbert card or something like that? Yeah. And then someone found some cards in the trash, and then you got the storage unit thing. It's like this is why it's so frustrating that you can't bring these people in and have them sign. You can't have someone go out and have them sign, hire an employee to go out, put the onus on the team or something. Like, there has to be something better than this, because this is crazy that people missed out on these cards. And then on the second point I wanted to make, you had the person find the ones in the trash and they had to give them back, or had to be destroyed or whatever. Why does this person get to keep the cards in this case? Why? These are even more valuable. Why is Panini not throwing a fit? Why is Heritage allowed to auction these? Like that's an issue to me. The guy who was forced.
They're not up for auction yet. So it just said somebody who consigns with them found these. So I don't know. So I don't know if Panini has any claim. I'm not a lawyer. I don't even play one on TV. So I don't know how that all works. But yeah, I mean, the good question.
Isn't that's Panini's property, right? So in theory, like they could say we need our property back. Like that should be part of the like the contract. Like that, like if you send cards in, no, like you're breaking your contract by not sending those cards back in.
And not that Kelce needs the money, by the way. But that being said, hopefully he wasn't paid for these. I mean, 2019 he was probably an All-Pro at that point. But that's so frustrating as a collector especially of autographs, to see someone, and yes, he started to take it seriously. You could tell he started to autograph some of these cards, and they were on card, which is pretty awesome. But it's so bothersome though that he probably got paid for those, right? Panini probably paid him to do that. And unless you're going to make some sort of like repercussions for not getting the cards back, I like Travis Kelce and all, but again, in this situation, doesn't sound like it was super his fault. But still, the buck stops with someone, right?
It's still his contract.
It's his name on the employee. Yeah. He put the name on the contract. You're kind of spitting in the face of collectors at this point by not making sure that those cards get back to the company that sent them to you. And Panini spitting in the face of collectors by not following up. Did anyone call his manager and be like, where are these national treasures and flawless cards that we sent you that are potentially worth thousands of dollars each? Who's watching the watchers here? Like, what in the world? Why in the world would they not call and try and get these cards?
Yeah. Could you imagine having stuff like that and sending them and not getting them back and just being like, oh, okay.
Right. Like, what are we doing here?
And let us know in the comments if you're somebody watching this, then looking at your Panini points account and saying, those should be my cards. Because you probably got Panini points instead
now I got a Tom Savage autograph.
right.
Famously that
that's a win.
That's a win.
Oh, okay. Where do I want to go next here? Let's talk a little bit about the Shohei Ohtani Gold Logo Man 1/1 Chrome card that is now up for auction. They had the award winner patches. This is kind of their take for players who didn't get MLB debut patches, but the Gold Logo Man 1/1 autographed out of Chrome was hit, and it is up for auction. The auction doesn't end until the 18th of December. The card is currently with buyer's premium at $1.14 million, which already makes it not only the most expensive Shohei Ohtani card, but also the highest priced ultra modern baseball card in history. So clearly Topps idea of, hey, let's have the award winners wear a special patch so we can make a card is another big hit for them, because this card's insane. 1.1, it just started. I'm going to get in probably about 1.75.
You're gonna have to beat out EP, I'm guessing, with that Drew Jones money he's got. And this card is being sold on Golden.
I did not write down which auction site.
I was almost making a joke. I assume it's on Fanatics Collect because, of course, it would be, right?
I'll double check that.
I'm pretty sure that they have the inside track on all the people that are pulling these cards.
Wait, what are you implying, Joe?
What am I implying, EP? Come on now. It is a beautiful card for sure, and
it's in Fanatics Collect.
What? Hold on. What?
You don't even need that. You can just.
This is the same thing that happened with the Paul Skeens, right? It got pulled. It was probably a redemption card.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
And I'm pretty sure that Fanatics probably reached out to the person. I wonder if they let people know this card was pulled. Just out of curiosity. I wonder how long it took for them to let them know it was pulled before they could make some more money off of Topps Chrome.
This was found pretty quickly. Topps Chrome update didn't come out that long ago.
Oh, okay.
So this one was actually
good on Fanatics. Good job, guys.
But I am pretty sure there was never this card was pulled Like all of a sudden it appeared and it was already one.
Yeah, all of a sudden it appeared on an auction.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, should this probably be his most expensive card? Probably. I don't know. Like, does he have a 1-of-1 rookie? Like, I'm always going to defer to a 1-of-1 rookie autograph card, but the specialness of this card, I get it. But I don't know. Should it be his most valuable card? Probably.
I'm guessing there's a 1-of-1 Bowman Chrome rookie out there, but I wonder if that's ever transacted publicly. Like, it just seems like one of those cards that's like a ridiculous card. And I also appreciate
it's next to a Paul Heyman somewhere.
Yeah. And Joe, I appreciate you letting me do this joke this time. No debut patch yet. And they'll get a debut patch, just like Babe Ruth Bowman first. They'll get a debut patch here coming up in a couple years.
They're going to have this is my next call. If they don't already do this, they might actually already do this. Opening day patch, like everyone wears an opening day patch.
That's coming.
Like that's probably there. Right. That they're going to look like race car drivers there. Yep. That's my guess. You know, we always joke around, you know, until they make those debut patches. I think I wouldn't be surprised. Opening day might be the way they kind of circumvent it. And, we're not doing the same thing. It's different. I swear to God, it's different, guys. Same thing, but they're just calling it something different. But that's
completely different. So do you want to talk about the GameStop card that sold for $30K? Let's do that.
Yeah, we probably should.
This is a Pokemon card, but the point still remains the same here. GameStop just had their biggest buyback from one of their power packs. They paid over $30,000, I believe it was like $30,400 for a Pokemon card that somebody pulled in one of their lunar power packs. Now, keep in mind, these lunar power packs are $2,500 per pack. So the person made a nice profit, but it's not like he spent $10 on the pack and sold the card.
Right. I didn't know that. Holy crap.
So it was I believe PSA 10 Skyridge Gengar Hollow. PSA 10. How about that? I know my Pokemon cards. Yeah. Sold out of a power pack, a buyback for $30,000. I believe the last sale was around $34,000. So he got ripped off, right?
Well, it is GameStop. Have you ever tried to sell them a game?
That's true.
You get like 25 cents.
$4.
$4 for a brand new game. You take it out, play it once,
yesterday.
Back. Yeah, I did not know the packs were $2,500. I'll watch because again, one of my guilty pleasures is watching Leighton Sports Cards do breaks, and one of the things they do is their ultra high end premium repack, and you're gonna have that card that's worth that much, and then you're gonna have a card that's worth $10. They obviously they have a floor. I'm exaggerating for a fact, but $2,500. I'd love to know what the floor is. I assume that's the most valuable card. I assume that's the chase, right? So they bought it back for $30,000. And then they're going to recycle it back in and have a bunch of people pay $2,500 to try and get that one again. Mm-hmm. It'll all work out great for GameStop until like randomly, just because of how it works, like the two people later pull it, and then GameStop's like, Jesus, there's another $30,000 out the door. I'm pretty sure that probably won't happen, but yeah, that's crazy. I think the bigger story is that the $2,500 a pack. That is wild.
I was like, was that like $1,000 pack? No, it was a $25.
I was thinking like maybe $500. I was thinking maybe $500.
Yeah, I thought their top was like 500. I thought it was like 100, then 500 or something like that. So 2,500 is crazy. But what we don't know is how many of these packs this person purchased. Like, they purchased 10 packs. They got them spent $25,000, get a $30,000 card. And I mean, like, and GameStop's all like being sassy about don't tell people that we don't pay good prices for our cards. I'm like, the guy probably spent $25,000 on this,
or more. He might have bought 20 of them.
Yeah. If you follow me on Twitter, we've been doing those 5 channels that you watch thing. My number one is Vegas Matt. Okay, love him. One of my favorite things is when they're betting a lot of money. When you get a jackpot of $10,000 or more, you get a big check, and they joke around all the time. It's like, How sad would it be if you're standing in front of there with a big check of $10,000 whatever dollars, and it's like, yeah, I'm still down $5,000. Like, that's kind of what this feels like, right? Like, it's the guy who opens up 5 cases and shows you the one card that they pulled that's worth maybe a box, And don't tell me what, I'm not going to tell you what I paid for all those cases, but you're probably right, EP. You definitely didn't get one. And,
if you're spending $2,500 on one of those things, you're probably buying a multiple.
You're buying 10 of them.
Yeah, right.
Well, Joe mentioned the YouTube wrap up for the year. I want to know out there, how many of you were we the #1 channel for? Let us know in the comments. I was the #1 channel for me. How about you, Joe? Were you?
We made the top 5. We made the top 5, thankfully.
What? Where were we on yours?
5.
Number 5?
We stuck in there.
Oh, man.
I watch us live. I see this all go down. No, I watch all of our content. I was explaining to you guys before, I don't fall asleep to our content because that would be weird. But I fall asleep to like Vegas Mad and put it on sleep timer and stuff like that.
Silver Sport
Silver Sport made the top 5 for me. They were 1 spot ahead of us. Yeah. EP, where were we on yours?
Yeah, where were we on yours?
I don't even know how to find the list that you guys are talking about.
You have your phone?
Posting these lists. Yeah.
You have your phone available
Get
right
your phone.
now.
Let's do this live. Do it live.
Okay.
Open up the YouTube app on your phone.
Okay.
I bet you we don't even make the top 5.
No,
we're definitely not in top 5. No. Okay, so what?
Okay, then go to the bottom right, the U, and then click on that.
Oh, okay.
And then at the top, it should have like 2025.
Hold it up to the camera once you hit it.
Switch account?
No.
Share channel?
The bottom right, where it has like U.
I'm on it.
And then when you click on that, it opens up your profile and you should have the wrap up right at the top.
I don't see any wrap up on this.
Does he not? Maybe you don't watch YouTube.
Maybe he doesn't watch YouTube. He clearly doesn't watch us.
Yeah, like
I watched YouTube. It's not
like it should look like. Oh, you can't really see.
Yeah, you gotta.
It says right at the very top under your name, your 2025 recap is here.
Yeah, I don't have one of those on mine.
Oh my!
Wow.
So not the top 5.
So he not only does he not comment on any of your comments, he doesn't even watch our stuff. I don't know how he shows up every week.
Wow. Eugene Ponderosa is here for the beer.
When you said switch accounts, I'm like, wait, do you have a Eugene Ponderosa account already?
Where do you watch YouTube normally?
On my computer.
Oh, so is your phone not logged into the same account, or they maybe?
It might not be. Hang on, let me see.
It might be.
Oh my God, this is great television.
It's a great television. We're trying to get to the bottom of this.
EP, after the YouTube wrap thing, can you go to your OnlyFans wrap? I'm very curious to see.
We better not do that.
There's still nothing. I never watch it.
He doesn't watch us.
I never watch it on my phone. My phone is old. My phone is old, and
that could be it too. Maybe.
And I can't. If I watch a YouTube video, the battery's like half gone by the time I'm done. So I don't watch it.
If you watch it and you're logged in on your name on the computer, it still would show it on here. I don't watch hardly any YouTube on my phone.
Well, EP doesn't watch us, but I do appreciate that you are watching us.
Yeah.
We love you guys. But that's all we got for you this week. That was pretty good chat, boys. I will see you next week. Take care, guys.
No, you'll see us sometime this week for the live stream. Watch us open up a box of a case of Game of Thrones. There it is. See you, boys.
Adios.